inside of me, I could feel that maybe I was a little bit different than my friends. Because, you know, when I was in my 20s, everyone was like, they know exactly what they want to be. I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. And I was always like, I have no clue. Is something wrong with me? And then my dad, he always said, no, that's because you have your entrepreneur blood in you. And I was like, no, I'm not an entrepreneur. It took me many years to actually say that to him that, okay, maybe a little bit. Last year, I was nominated for Sweden's most powerful female founder, also this year. Maybe that says something about being a founder and an entrepreneur. And for me, that was, I'm quite good at this. Maybe I shouldn't be embarrassed anymore. It all started 7 years ago when my daughter came home. This isn't working, yeah. My daughter came home and she had a really hard time learning her math table. And as any other good parent, of course, I was looking for an app to her. I couldn't find one. Of course, there were apps, but I couldn't find one that I liked, that she liked, and that her teacher liked, and her friends. So I was starting to talking to them, like, what do you want? What do you need in this app? But I'm not a programmer. I'm not a developer, and I have never, ever been working with IT. But that doesn't stop me. So I was looking for a team. Maybe I can make an app. And we have something called Upwork and Odesk. Probably lots of you in here know what that is. It's when you're hiring people from all over the world. So I was sitting at home from my kitchen table, Skyping with my team. I had my programmer in Ukraine, my developer in India, and the girl who was writing everything and sketching everything in Poland. So I was talking to them like every night, trying to make them understand what I wanted with this app. And after 3 months, we made Kids Matthew in 12 different languages. When you don't know anything about apps, and when you're not a programmer or a developer, and you have an app on AppStore, that's like, wow, it's amazing, and you look at it every day. And I wanted to do more, because I didn't only want to have one app. I wanted to have an app company. So I was thinking, maybe I should do lots of different apps. And people always ask me, what's your focus? And I'm like, focus? Huh? Do I need to focus? No. I wanted to dip my toes in everything. So in 1 year, I did 14 apps from the kitchen table. Silly apps, car apps, whatever. Everything I liked, I wanted to make an app of it. And then one day, a friend of mine called me, and she said, you have to turn on the TV. It's a new diet out. And I was like, do you really think I should go on a diet? Okay. So I was looking at this. And this guy, his name is Michael Mosley. And maybe you know who it is. He made the diet 5-2 health diet. And did I look at the diet? No. Did he have an app? That was my goal. No, he didn't. So I started to make the 5-2 health diet app. And when he came to Sweden, to Stockholm, in August to sign his book in Swedish, I released the app the same day. After that, we had over 1,000 downloads every day. That's marketing. That's being street smart. And that's social media, because I did everything through social media. I also built a health site in US that I called Susanne's Health. And of course, I had bloggers there, and every second blog, I put out the app. And after that, people were looking at me like, okay, so now you made so many different apps, and you have a health diet app, so you must be a health expert. And I was like, no, they didn't thought that I was an app expert. They were looking at me and said, so you're a health expert? And they were calling me when I was on the subway, asking me from the newspapers, can you please give us your best smoothie recipe? And I was like, okay, banana, strawberries. But I didn't have a clue about it. But one day, when I woke up, you know, when you have an app on AppStore, I just have to say this, you look at it every day, and you look how many downloads, how much money are you making, and is it on the top 100, is it on the top 50, where is it? And one day, it was on the first place on AppStore. Oopsie, sorry, I'm losing this one. Okay, yeah, I'm fine, I think. Are you fine? No, okay, sorry. Maybe I need some help. Or maybe I should just do like this. And I think we are live streaming this on Facebook also. Happy me. Can we just take that one away? Yeah. Okay, thank you. So where were I? Yeah, it was on the first place on AppStore. And then people tried to call me, and they were calling me, and they said, how come that you have an app that's on the first place on AppStore? We have like 50 people in our company that is working with this every day. And you are working from your kitchen table. And you started this when you were 38 years old, and you have no clue how you can build an app. But I did. I know how to build an app today. And I know how it is to be on the first place on AppStore. That was amazing. As I said, I had my programmer from Ukraine, and he didn't want to stay there anymore. So I hired him, and he went to live with me for a couple of weeks with his family. That was crazy. But we were still sitting at my kitchen table, and we were talking about, so now we had an app on the first place on AppStore. So what's the next big thing we're going to do? And we were talking about maybe we should try making an app game. Yeah, why not? I never done that. And we started Agotcha Studios. And we started to build a location-based game, the same as Pokemon, but we started this 2 years before Pokemon. And I can't believe that I'm even saying this, but I had no problems raising money for that company and that idea. Because when you're an entrepreneur, and when you believe so hard in what you are doing, people are actually buying that. And I remember that I had one of my first investments meeting without even a PowerPoint. And they invested. And today, when I'm the founder of Stockholm App Lab, I'm the founder of Agotcha Studios. I'm a partner in an investment company. I can see that one thing that is really good is that I have been on the both sides. I know exactly how it is to have a startup. And I know how hard it can be. It's a roller coaster. Many people today think that being an entrepreneur, it's being a rock star. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. I mean, in Stockholm, everyone wants to have a startup. But it's really hard. And it's really hard to go into in tech when you are a woman and you don't know anything about it. And everyone was looking at me, and they was like, maybe you should just go back to doing one thing, like fashion or health or something like that. And I always wonder why. Why are they asking me that? Why can't I be a serial entrepreneur? Why can't I do whatever I want to do? But of course, I never stopped. But I wanted to tell you was that once I met this guy, and he was going to invest in our company, in Agotcha company. I believed that he really wanted to invest in our company. I think we had lunch 3 times a week. He was seeing the team, and he really loved everything about it. But he never paid. And this was a big amount of money that we had to take into the company. And sometimes, you know, you have many different investors. But this time, he said he wanted to take it all. So I stopped talking to other investors. Don't ever do that. And the summer came, and this was, I think, 1 week before midsummer. At that point, I had 14 employees in my game company, and I couldn't pay them. So I went home, crying, grabbing a bottle of wine, lying in my bed, and felt stupid. Stupid that I believed in him. Stupid that the board called me and they said, you now have 48 hours to get a little bit more money into the company so we can pay the people working for us, the team. And I was like, do I need to do, is that my thing to do? Yes, you're the founder, you're the CEO. That's not correct. I just have to say that today, because when you have a board, everyone has to help each other. But they said that to me. You have 48 hours. So what's a girl gotta do? I was looking at my network. And this is something I always say when I'm mentoring people, startups in Stockholm. Your network is the most important. Without my network, I would never have been able to build the business I have. So I reached out to one network with only females. And instead of telling them, please, please help me, I said, you now have 48 hours to invest in the best tech company ever. And I pressed enter on that email. And my husband, he was like, you are so stupid, how could you do that? And I was like, just wait and see. Because the ball is rolling, and the first person invested a little amount of money. And since this was the same network, people started to talk to each other. So in 48 hours, I had all the money in the bank. 48 hours. And I was like, okay, here we go again. But what I really want to tell you about that story is that you have to wine and dine your investors. You really have to see who are they, what do they want with your company, where is the money coming from, and who is this person? I didn't do that. But as I also said, today, when I'm a partner in an investment company, I know exactly how it is. And I can talk to the startups in a different way. This 20 minutes went like this. What I really also, I don't know, how many in here is starting their own business? It can't only be one, no, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe like, okay. But you can also, I think that you shouldn't be afraid to start your own business. I always tell other people that you have to be brave enough to invest in your own entrepreneurship. I mean, I'm the founder of 2 tech companies, and I didn't even know anything about it. And people thought I was like old, 38, come on. And it's okay to fail. I failed lots of times. I hired wrong people. I believed in the wrong stuffs, in the wrong ideas. And it's also, you also have to think that you have to kill your darlings. Go home, think over it, and go back, do it all over again better. But it's also okay. You can't be the best you every day. And you also need to surround yourself with people who have got the skills, that you don't have. Because when you are having a startup, everyone thinks that you could be the CEO, you could be the manager, you can take care of the semesters, you can do like everything. but you can't. Maybe you're just creative. Or maybe you are a programmer. But if you are a programmer, you need someone else taking care of the finance. And that's what I did. Not in the beginning, but after a while, I was reaching out to people that I know, and that I know is good at what they are doing. And I started to work with them. I started to team up with them. And you shouldn't also be afraid to give them parts of your company. That's also one thing. There's so many out there who's like, this is my company. I don't want to give away anything, this is mine. If you were thinking like that, you would never go big. So I love to give away parts of my company, because when I do that, people are working so much harder. Because now it's also their company. So teaming up is also a very, very good thing to do. You can't do everything on your own. And one more thing I would like to say before I'm finished and done here, that is that you have to lift each other up. Get a mentor or mentoring someone. Help each other. If you are building a business, you're going to have days when you feel like, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I'm not an entrepreneur after all. It's at that point, you need someone who tells you, go out there, just do this, you're the best. And you also have to do that to other people. We are not so good at that, lifting each other up. Especially not women, if I may say so. So just go back, do it all over again, and be your best you. Thank you.
Hey, that was really great. I actually really loved the part where you said you only had 48 hours. Instead of going into defensive mode, you attacked. And I think that's the way to do it, and that was really inspiring.
You need to be a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
But
I just had to, when you said it, I had to imagine your husband's face. That when you said it was, anyhow.
But the craziest thing is that, I mean, often it's like that your partner has a really great job and he can support you. My husband, he's working for me. So, yeah.
Let's have a look at the questions.
Yeah.
How did you get your initial funding for the first apps, i.e. the math app and
the math app? I didn't get any funding because that wasn't, we didn't get paid for that app. And when we put it on AppStore, I just wanted to make an app to see how it was working. And also, one more thing is that when you are having a team that's not, I mean, in Stockholm, it's so expensive to have a team. But my first team, I paid from my own savings. And that wasn't so expensive. Today, when people are asking me, oh, how much does it cost to build an app? And if they go to a really big app company, they always say like 1 million crowns. And I'm like, no way. So you don't need that much money.
Now, the next question is also kind of in that direction. What were your academical backgrounds and work experiences until the year that you started?
Oh, yeah, I don't have that background.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah,
but that's impossible to be successful without that.
I know. And that was also something that I was embarrassed of when I was between my 20s and my 30s. And, you know, everybody is going to university. But I didn't do that. And I was like, oh, can't we talk about something else? Because I always wanted to work. And my father also said to me, it's okay. I mean, who can tell you what to do? You're the only person who can tell you what to do. And I hated school. I was like, I don't want to go to school. But I think that's also, you know, the entrepreneurial blood sometimes, that you are so creative. Yeah, I don't know.
Someone once told me entrepreneurs have the interest set of a light switch, either totally interested or absolutely not interested at all in a topic. Do you relate to that?
No.
No? Okay, well, we've established that's rubbish. Why do you start a tech business and not something you really know how to do?
Yeah, but now I know how to do that.
Great answer.
I think it's for the first it was because my daughter I wanted to make an app for her, and of course I could have just made one app, but I mean it killed me. I really wanted to do something more, and being in the tech business is really fun, and you can do so much more. I mean you can work with beauty and tech, you can work with fashion and tech. You just need to. I wanted to learn the tech businesses first, but I had my own beauty shop before actually.
Cool.
Yeah.
When picking people with the right skills, those you don't have, how did you avoid the bad apple?
Oh, you don't.
Okay.
You will always have some bad apples. I mean, I had made maybe 3 mistakes, really, really big mistakes. It's haunting me. Yeah. People are like, you never.
But we've got, okay.
You can't avoid that.
Well, it's just experience, isn't it? It's experience you kind of make along the lines, right?
Yeah.
What is the best recommendation you ever received as a female entrepreneur?
Oh, why can't you just ask me as an entrepreneur?
I didn't write it.
What? What's the thing about female entrepreneurs? I'm not even going to answer that.
Hey, actually, I love that approach, by the way.
I can answer it if we just twist it a bit. What's my best recommendation I ever received as an entrepreneur? Stay in the boat. Even if the boat some days are made by paper, stay in the boat. Just go there.